An intense battle over the Second Amendment rights of New York citizens continues as appointed Governor Hochul gets reminded yet again that she's not the boss of everyone. National gun rights organization Gun Owners of America came back with a second attempt to shut down the unconstitutional Concealed Carry Improvement Act implemented by the anti-gun legislature in Albany. For the second time, a judge declared the package of gun laws to be unconstitutional, but this time, standing was granted, and the state of New York was commanded to obey the law. Unfortunately, the Democrat-dominant New York State legislature has consistently made every attempt to violate the rights of the people it represents. After the landmark decision by Judge Clarence Thomas in the New York State Rifle and Pistol versus Bruen case, the non-elected governor decided to lay down the new package of very restrictive gun laws called the Concealed Carry Improvement Act, and the law included such requirements as 3 years of social media activity, in-person interviews with licensing authority officials, a new list of sensitive locations where gun possession was outlawed, and several other requirements that would essentially prevent the carry of concealed firearms by New Yorkers. The law also prevented the ability of good people to defend themselves against the violent criminals the state legislature consistently releases from prison in New York State by essentially creating a victim-predator society. Most recently was the stabbing of New York Fire Department EMS Lieutenant Allison Russo Elling by a deranged lunatic not even 1 month after Hochul's new package of disarmament laws went into effect. After failing to achieve an injunction during the first attempt to halt the law from going into effect on September 1st, 2022, GOA came back with a vengeance and achieved a restraining order, resulting in statewide praise by New York gun owners and residents. U.S. District Judge Glenn Suddaby struck down the following components of the law: requiring businesses to openly state they allow concealed carry, deeming private property gun-free, would have allowed the state of New York to make the decision for private property owners that they're perfectly able to make themselves. The requirement of applicants' household members' personal information, disclosing one's social media accounts for review, prohibitions on carrying in most so-called sensitive places, including doctors' offices, Times Square, restaurants, and places of entertainment, and on public transportation, in-person interviews with law enforcement, and the list goes on. Eric Pratt, GOA's senior vice president, issued the following statement: anti-gunners like Kathy Hochul and Eric Adams lied and misrepresented the Second Amendment to the courts, putting New Yorkers at a great disadvantage in the midst of rising crime. We're grateful to Judge Suddaby for a quick action to restore the right of the people to keep and bear arms. Once the TRO goes into effect, GOA encourages New Yorkers to exercise their right and to defend themselves and the ones they love. Judge Glenn Suddaby said, simply stated, instead of moving toward becoming a shall-issue jurisdiction, New York State has further entrenched itself as a shall-not-issue jurisdiction. And by doing so, it has further reduced a first-class constitutional right to bear arms in public for self-defense into a mere request. Outspoken anti-Trump and soft-on-crime New York Attorney General Letitia James said her office would appeal. I'm Dan Wass. Thanks for watching Good Gun, Bad Guy Bullet Points. Please like, subscribe, and share with people who need to see it. And remember, the Second Amendment is not a privilege, it's your right.